I just wanted to ask one question, and that is if someone gets approved but loses their job before October 1st, what happens then?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, every year we have these cases where the case gets selected in the lottery in April, May, June timeframe. Their H1B gets filed, and then they lose their job because I recently had a case, I think from Microsoft, where somebody lost their job before October 1st. We had a couple of cases from Amazon where people lost their job. And when you lose your job before October 1st, and when that company goes and reports it to USCIS and withdraws and submits a withdrawal for your H1B petition, what happens is you lose your cap exemption. So what that means is you cannot transfer your H1B. So if at all before October 1st starts, you lose your job and the company withdraws your H1B petition, you will not be cap exempt. You'll have to go through the lottery one more time. It's unfortunate, but that is how the rule is. If you are on H1B status even for one single day, so the case got approved on October 1st, you work for the company. October 2nd, the company terminates you. Then you won't have a problem because then you have your 60-day grace period. You'll be able to transfer. But if you lose your job before October 1st, and on top of it, the company goes and reports to USCIS and asks for a withdrawal, you will lose your cap exemption and you would have to go through the lottery one more time. So if you are in a situation where you lose your job before October 1st, the first thing, if you're on F1 status, what you have to do is you also have to work with your school DSO, because if your change of status got approved, normally what happens is your service record might get terminated. So you definitely have to work with your school DSO, so that way you can ensure that you're maintaining your F1 status and plan accordingly. Okay. So I just hope that people are not in that unfortunate situation. But if you are in that situation where your H1B approval is from October 1st, but you lose your job before October 1st, definitely talk to the attorney that either filed your H1B or the employer, and make sure you know your rights and also the steps that you have to take to ensure that you're maintaining status.
All right. Thank you so much, Chance, for taking that up. And now I think without further ado, I know I've made all of you wait so long. I'm going to take up your questions. So let's take this first one from Seema Patel. Thank you so much, first of all, for joining us. Seema is asking, if the lottery is gone, what does that mean for someone like me who's working at a mid-sized company, not a big tech firm? Will I still have a fair shot?
Sure. And I think a lot will depend on the wage level in your place of employment. That being said, I think there are a lot of problems with using pure wage levels, pure salary based system, which is why I think when the final rule is published, I don't think it will be that unfair. I mean, we don't know yet, but I think all the concerns that people have, I think will be a part of the commenting period. Whenever the commenting period starts, we're going to encourage people to put comments out there. And I think we'll also tell people how to kind of go and put your comment out there, so USCIS can refer to your comments. The good thing is, whenever the commenting period starts and people start putting comments, USCIS will definitely review each and every comment. So, and that is one thing, because whenever we review the draft once it is published, at least we will come out with our opinion on what is unfair, what is fair. We will encourage people to put their comments out there. Companies should be putting out their comments out there, which is why I think when the final rule gets published eventually, I don't think it will be as unfair as what we are kind of currently seeing. So things will definitely change, which is why I think everybody who's involved and impacted in this process should go and comment whenever the review period starts, and comment so the government can see what exactly is unfair and make the decision.
Thank you. Thank you, Chance, for taking that up. And Seema, thank you for your question. Now let's move on to Jadav asking, will this shift favor large corporations over startups and small businesses? How transparent and fair is the new selection mechanism?
Sure. I mean, again, I think even large corporations might have a problem, because even large corporations do hire fresh graduates, fresh out of college, with no experience. That being said, I think definitely large corporations have a lot more money on hand, so they have more resources. So if they really need to kind of play the numbers game, they're in a better off position because they do have the money. And definitely, I think small businesses would be at a disadvantage. And in terms of how transparent and fair this new selection mechanism is going to be, we don't know yet, because how the government intends to implement this rule, we don't know. But I think, which is why all of us are waiting for this commenting period. So we want to read the rule, we want to see what could be unfair, and then comment upon it. Okay, but again, definitely, I think large corporations will be in a better off spot because they do have the resources, and small startups, because startups are very critical. When you talk about companies like Amazon, companies like Facebook, Google, they all started as a startup. So when they started up, they did not have any resources. Nobody anticipated them to be $1 billion behemoths, but now they are $1 billion company. So startups are very crucial. So we will see how things are going to be. But again, in terms of resources, definitely startups or small businesses will definitely not have those resources.
Right, Chand. Thank you for taking this up. And Jadav, thank you for participating with your question. I hope you've subscribed to our channel. Our handle is at Immigration Talk Show. Folks out there, don't forget to subscribe and also check us out on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and X, and also on Instagram. And that's all for part 7. Don't forget to check out part 8 of Immigration Talk Show.